Reenactment is as close as we can get to a time machine. When you're in costume and you're in character and you're surrounded by a site that's hundreds of years old, you know, you've got the walls, you've got the fabric around you, it's magical and it does give a snapshot of history to people.
I remember as a child, if something cool or dangerous happened, I'll remember that a lot longer than just reading a sign. So I think children have long memories and it's our job to help plant those memories.
My name is Sarah Jane Worrell and the character I play is an ARP, Air Raid Precautions, welfare worker.
I'm Lisa Dixon and I'm a knight.
My name's Jay. I do sword fighting shows as a knight.
My name's Tom and I work for English Heritage largely as a fool or jester.
My name's Mark Griffin. I'm going to be portraying a legionary from the classic invasion period of England when the Romans really conquer the country.
Fooling is a large part of my life, but at the moment my main job is to be a father. I'm a brand new father. My little boy has been pretty full on. Baptism of fire for me, and I've enjoyed it.
I've got my old pony here at this yard. I can't ride her, she's far too small, but she's sweet. She's 25, her name's Jen, Jemima Puddle Duck, and we go for little walks around the lane. I took up archery recently. I'm not a great shot, but I do enjoy it. There's something just quite different about it.
This year I've been a dad for the first time, so it's really, really exciting for me at the moment. I have a 2-month-old son, Leo, and he's absolutely fantastic. I've always loved being at work and always loved doing that, but now I'm finding myself going, I can't wait to get back and see the boy.
A lot of people have studios, workshops, and I have I have a shed.
I went to drama school and thought I'd be the next Brad Pitt, and that didn't happen. I know, how dare they? But with physical theatre, you have to work with props, and I picked up a sword and I loved it. Sword work is a way into history.
What keeps me interested in history is the unknown stories. There is something really mystical about history, because everything that we know is somebody's perspective. The research we have is what's been written down by somebody else.
I came at it more from a dressage point of view. Dressage means preparing the horse for war. My horse was extremely brave and just took to it like a duck to water. The rest is history, as they say. We went on from there.
I'm sure chartered accountants around the country would love to swing a sword around.
What we do is very dangerous. We say, you're going to play with swords, you're going to get hit. I think the worst thing that I ever had happen was I took the point of a dagger into my just above my eyebrow. We're in armour, we're in real armour, it's very heavy, and the weapons, they're blunted, but the tip of the blade is still travelling 80, 90, 100 miles per hour. If you get hit with them, you're going to get hurt. So we make full contact in a very controlled way, which means the armour has got to be as authentic as possible. Authenticity is so important when people are trying to watch it because we don't want to be telling any lies.
Well, originally this was a stable, probably in the 18th century, and I've turned it into a sort of a workshop, basically. So there's woodworking lathes, there's pillar drills, there's lots of grinders and polishers. But upstairs is where all the costumes are kept. All these things we've made or acquired over the years, and it just builds up and builds up and builds up until you've got nearly 1,000 costumes. And Victorian farm workers, there's a 1940s Max, English Civil War bucket boots to medieval riding boots, Napoleonic soldiers' shoes. And the shoes need upkeeping and repairing and polishing and waxing and oiling and goodness knows what else. You can't get to it because of the heap of stuff. Well, in here I've got glove ties, shirts, cravats, more gloves, purses and pouches, 100 pairs of braces, leggings, officer's swagger stick. That's a Russian soldier's coat, no idea what that's doing there. And that's a Benedictine habit, so there we go. Not high fashion, but it'll do.
I do a whole stilt show where I get up without help.
and then you rise like a phoenix.
I have been practicing.
You just rise.
It's more mind over matter.
I'm in full control.
And it is scientifically, physically almost impossible.
Very difficult.
When you think you're going to fall off, you fall off.
Have you got a stick?
But also fire breathing. It's expected, everybody thinks an idiot can do it. And it is quite hard. So I have been practicing with the fire brands. It's a stupid thing to do, I wouldn't recommend it.
Practicing archery it's a lot of fun, and I always try to get better. You've got to keep on training, you've got to keep on practicing, and just make sure your instincts are still as sharp as they can be.
The horses that we pick for jousting, they are hand-picked, and the ones that genuinely enjoy it are the ones that do the shows. My horse is called Fireworks. We train every day. He is very much in the starting stages of becoming a war horse. So he is used to loud noises around him, we use bows on him, and before we even get to the point where a rider gets on him in armour. I think he enjoys his work. He's always sort of straight to the stable door whenever you go into the yard every day. And he's a very buzzy little thing. He never wants to say no to anything, and he never tires.
So I'm doing pretty much what all reenactors will be doing now, starting the season off, getting everything out, checking it over, making sure it's all in working condition. So we do things like polishing saw blades to make sure that there's no surface rust or anything, and the same with the armour as well. Also there's things like repairing the shields, making lances. We're a mobile living museum, and because it's outside and because people are handling it, it gets a bit grubby, it gets rained on, so it just needs constant upkeep to making it look as nice as possible. The Emperor might turn up and not be very happy.
I cannot wait to get back to work, to get all the armour on, to get in front of a crowd in particular. It's one of the biggest cacophony of sounds and sights and smells. It's such a buzz.
We're all really keen to get back out there and do it all again. We are theatre people. They want an audience to thrive and to bounce off of.
Anyone would be lying if they said they didn't get a little bit nervous running up to the first show of the season again.
I'm very much looking forward to getting back into competitions again. It's a mixture of excitement and nerves, but good nerves.
An item of clothing on like this, like a uniform like this, you carry yourself very differently. Everything feels very different. You stand prouder, you walk prouder.
I'm just hoping that I haven't put on too much weight. That's the one thing that's a problem with armour, is keeping the same.
On a warm day, it's not as nice. But on a cold day, this is really, really lovely. But it does feel like an old friend, like it fits. And you start to smile a bit more.
Very lovely miniskirt made out of mail. We were wearing them first, ladies.
Gas mask bag, that's essential. You never know when it's needed.
You can feel that definitely when you're in this stuff, you hold yourself different, you speak to yourself different.
I can imagine myself either in a damp part of Britannia or the northern banks of the Rhine. It feels good. It feels natural to me.
If I walk down the street like this, you probably turn heads a little bit.
And then the badge of honour, which I think, as you could tell, looks spiffing. I feel a bit of a fool in it, but that's the best thing. Now I feel better.
And yeah, I think we're ready.
So there we go. That's the whole thing.
Right, time to go on duty then.
People have their imagination, but if you can colour it a bit more, people go home with these memories.
The live events at English Heritage are some of the most fantastic things because it just breeds this love of history.
It's a privilege to be able to ride on those same grounds that you know there's been tournaments on previously.
When they come, they see the colour, the majesty, the music, the mirth.
Really looking forward to interacting with crowds. It's about people at the end of the day. We need to tell our stories to people, and then once they're here, they just see the splendour of it all.